Welcome back to ASTV action. Before we get to the Pennsylvania game with Quebec, the Montreal Canadiens, joining me now is our good pal, our second star from the last game. Miles Schilling's wearing number 97. Now, you said your favorite player was this guy named Kirill Kaprizov, but you heard about this other guy, Connor McDavid. You are in Connor's hometown, so I'm glad you mentioned that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like watching a lot of Wild games at home?
Yeah, I like watching them. Some good hockey.
Some good hockey? It's very good hockey. Yeah. So, Miles, tell me, when did you start skating?
At like the age of 2.
The age of 2. Do you remember your first pair of skates? Were they bob skates or were they actually real hockey skates?
I think they were real maybe. I don't know.
You don't remember?
Way back then.
Way back then, like you're so old right now, Miles. It's fantastic. Gotta ask you, did you enjoy skating? Do you have a chance to skate on outdoor ponds in Minnesota?
Yeah. We have one at our in our neighborhood. We have one.
How much fun is that to gather with all the boys and just hang out and play some pond hockey?
It's fun. Really fun because, just playing, having fun with the game.
Absolutely. Do you guys draw sticks at the beginning of the games, or do you just know who's going to play on whose team?
Well, draw sticks usually.
Draw sticks usually. Now, this is a unique team this year because a lot of your players played on the same team throughout the year, correct?
Yeah.
So is it good to have that type of chemistry throughout the entire season and then playing in a tournament like this?
Yeah, we have great teammates. Our team's really good. We have some great sportsmanship leaders, and it's a really good chemistry in the locker room.
Absolutely. I saw some of that chemistry on the ice. So many different goal scorers, so many guys making the assists. I saw Mr. Jack Allgood having a quick little celebration with one of his players. Do you guys organize how you celebrate after each goal, or is that something you just do on the fly?
We just do whatever we want to do and have fun and hang out with our teammates and try to win this thing.
Now, playing in the West Edmonton Mall, there's a lot of cool things to do outside of playing hockey. What do you look most forward to doing?
Probably playing hockey, but just probably hanging out with my friends, watching other games.
Absolutely, that's cool. That's great to hear. Last question I'm going to ask for you. Who's going to win the Stanley Cup next year?
Hurricanes.
She's taking the Hurricanes. Who do you want to say home to? Who do you say hello to at home?
My cousin Beckett Shillings.
Awesome.
He was in the 09 Brick.
He was in the 09 Brick. Well, we've got a family tradition going on here.
Yeah.
Miles Schilling, number 97, joining us here today at the Brick Tournament. Thanks so much, Miles, and good luck the rest of this year.
Thank you.
Welcome back inside West Edmonton Mall, Game 4 of opening day of the 33rd Annual Brick Invitational. Rory McGoran alongside Theo Tutcluck as we got the Montreal Canadiens against Team Pennsylvania.
Les habitants, le club de hockey. Oui, oui. I'm looking forward to seeing the Montreal fans. They're riled up to hopefully get the boys ready to go here in Game 4 of Day 1, Independence Day, for all you Americans watching in PA and surrounding area. Looking at the roster for PA, quite a number of players from all over. Pittsburgh, Philly, we have a member of Ottawa Sting, of all things, Mr. Gabriel Smart. And some guys from Ohio.
Yeah, a little bit of the Ohio recruiting area, Montreal. Of course, let's take a look at a couple goaltenders here. For Pennsylvania, it'll either be James Caton or Jake Amaker getting the start. Amaker number 30, Caton 35. As for Montreal, goaltending matchup is Mason Coury or it'll be Kane Laplume.
That's some good work.
Not bad.
That's some good work.
Obviously, the organization staff here does such a great job of putting on this organization year or this tournament year after year, and all the way down to the phonetics and the names of all the players. And Kane Laplume is the goalie for Montreal.
And we can't not thank the parents that provided the phonetics for this, because for the fans that are watching, especially with my last name, Rory, you'll know this.
Oh, I can never say your last name.
How many times it goes to the butchers and back and it gets chewed up. For all of us, we do apologize if we're saying a name wrong. If you want to correct us, send us a quick message.
Absolutely.
And you know what? We'll love to fix that for you.
Well, the sun's really pouring through now on this game as Game 4 must be right above the dome here in West Edmonton Mall as both teams warming up. Well, we've had a little bit of everything so far through 3 games. We had a 2-1 regulation win for the Toronto Bulldogs over the Toronto Pro Hockey. We had a 2-1 overtime win for Connecticut, who defeated Saskatchewan. And then we had a 10-3 blowout win for Minnesota over Detroit.
In all 3 games, Rory, we have seen shorthanded goals.
Yes, we have.
So are you going to push, or are you going to take the wager on seeing a shorthanded goal in Game 4?
I'm going to push. I don't think we see one here in Game 4.
We don't see one in Game 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Nonetheless, love the jerseys. Both teams fantastic. Love the fans dressing them up as well. I got to say, this whole idea of supporting the jerseys and the faces and everything are fantastic. Shout outs to all the fans and all the the helpers and the volunteers here at the Brick 2022 for making this all happen here at West Edmonton Mall. Absolutely amazing. Such great camaraderie and great sportsmanship shown in Day 1. We know it's going to continue. Look forward to a great matchup here. Geographically speaking, it's not that much of a difference between Montreal and PA. I mean, when you think about the distance, we think it's actually quite shorter, like probably shorter than Winnipeg to Humboldt. So, you know what? These teams may know each other. They've probably played against each other.
Well, you're seeing your rosters right there down at the bottom of the screen. Montreal Canadiens against Team Pennsylvania. A little bit of an insight as well. Wearing number, pardon me, trying to find them on here. Wearing number 12 on Pennsylvania, Braden Pearsall, was actually playing up a year. So he has been here for a while in the tournament with the 2011s, and now he'll play here with the 2012s.
He's getting a double dose,
Yes.
A double dip, a double duty. I don't know how many double Ds I could say to mention between Braden Pearsall and the fact that he gets to play 2 rounds of the Brick. He didn't miss out on one, but he gets to now play 2, which is fantastic.
As both these teams were unable, not these teams, but their 2011 counterparts, unable to make the playoffs in the Brick Invitational that just concluded with Connecticut winning the championship. And now they'll try to get started off on the right foot. As Team Pennsylvania down to our broadcast right? Yeah. And then Montreal Canadiens down to our broadcast left. And we'll get reconciliation and the national anthems from both teams. And then the gift exchange, and all the kids got Pittsburgh Penguins hats here, or Philadelphia Flyers hats here. You'll notice on PA jerseys that they sport both logos on their shoulders. Although normally a rivalry in the NHL, but here PA is trying to unite them.
I'm surprised they didn't pick the 2 different color jerseys if they're going to rep the Pittsburgh and the Philly squad. Maybe pick one color Philly, one color Pittsburgh, but hey.
So we'll head down to ice level with Willie Littlechild, who will acknowledge Treaty 6 status and reconciliation, and then tonight's national anthems.
That's I have to welcome people to Turtle Island. As chief, I welcome you here to Treaty 6 territory.
Montreal Canadiens down to the left. The PA Team Pennsylvania down to the right as the teams exchange gifts. And we got game 4 getting ready here. Let's get a look at your starting goaltenders now for Montreal. It'll be Mason Coury in net for the Montreal Canadiens. As this game between the Canadiens and Team Pennsylvania is brought to you by Flexity. And both goaltenders sorting out equipment for PA. Will it be James Caton or Jake Amaker?
They're leaving us guessing.
As a couple Montreal Canadiens, too, have been told, also played in the older tournament, and Peter Broccolini, as well as Flavio Di Placido.
That's fantastic.
We're playing above into the older age category, and now, as you mentioned, we'll get a double dose of Brick Hockey Invitational action.
Do you think that provides a benefit? I mean, obviously getting the legs going, but also playing against the older crew and now playing against your normal age group?
Yeah, more hockey, why not? And
at this age, you got to love it.
As in net, trying to look at that number there for Pennsylvania. I believe it is Jake Amaker. 30 or 35, Theo, you're closer.
I got to get the binoculars out for that one. Hang on.
As teams come to center ice, this is going to be drived in. Here is Pearsall, one of those players that jumped up and played in the 2011 birth year. Also Theo Lassard, I'm being told, on the Montreal Canadiens. It's James Caton in net for Pennsylvania. Not Amaker, so Caton gets the nod on one side, and Coury for Montreal. So 3 players on Montreal were actually up, and 1 on Pennsylvania. As trying to drag it around, doing so, firing a shot, and the first big save by Caton, kicks into the corner. Nice rebound control, Pearsall going in for the mix, trying to dig this one out, sending it near side. For Team PA is Kelly Sullivan, flipped up into the air, Di Placido. Catch an egg, slips down to the ice, would have been offside. As Montreal gets their first line change in game 4 here. Ocean, the defenseman, will go across. Looking for his D partner in Fontaine. All the way back behind his net, racing for it. Tanner Julius got stripped of the puck, back out in front, looking to hit Reynolds, but stripped. A nice defensive play. Now breaking it in is PA, but entered a little messy, almost was offside, stayed onside the blue line, and then turned the puck over. Battling it back now is Alexander Levin. He gets knocked off the puck and back the other way comes Theo Lassard. Here is Lassard, drags, fires, looking top corner, up and over the blocker, and over the net as well of Caton. Played 1 minute and 35 seconds here in the first period of game number 4. Back for Pennsylvania is Ryan Burkeiser. Burkeiser chasing after a loose puck. It'll be Ocean banging it in for Montreal. Ledoux trying to get there as well. Lost it as he ran into Pearsall. Smacked in by Ocean. He'll head off for a line change now. Back into the corner. Trying to dig it free was Cooper Hackett. One of the body falls down to the ice. After it is Kane Nielsen. Nielsen collides with his man in Di Placido. It'll be brought out a 3-on-2 developing in for PA. Pearsall into the slot. And a broken up play caused by the defenseman Liam Hudon. Back down low into PA zone. Just one shot on net so far. It's that one that was stopped by the right pad of James Caton. Montreal got the shot on the PA goaltender. Hackett will bring it in. Strickland, D to D, now up the boards. It'll be tapped in ahead of the PA defense, but regrouping, spinning back is Gunnar Morgan. Morgan near side for Hackett. Hackett will bring it down the left wing. Looking for his mate. Drags, fires up and tipped off the glove of the goaltender in Coury. 3-man entry for Montreal. Once again, another great pace to start the opening 3 minutes here. Not many whistles. As inside the corner. Scooped up. Walking outside of his own zone is Gabriel Smart. Smart now still with it. 1-on-4. Going to try to drive it down the boards. Got squeezed out along the wall by Brody Garvin. And Montreal will regain possession and pick it up. Broccolini inside his own zone. Walks the blue line. Snaps a pass. It's in between the feet of Garvin, but ends up in the attacking zone anyways. Back for it is Cooper Wang. Wang now knifes one off the wall. Back out to center ice. On towards the defenseman stick in Fontaine. He'll go to DiPlacido. DiPlacido wide into the slot. Following up is Garvin. A shot. That one blocked. As laying the body on the line in front of the net was Alexander Levin. Pennsylvania now back out. This game will be over in a hurry at this pace. Theo, he played 4 minutes, not one whistle.
Not a single whistle. Good pace. Both teams skating really hard.
Is back for it. Goes Reed Loya. Scooping it back up, Pearsall. Said his name a bunch already. Now into the corner wall. Montreal with possession. Trying to twist and turn is Liam Tepp. Forward there for the Canadians. As Ocean, the defenseman. He almost got stripped by Hackett, and now he does. Hackett towards the net. One hand on the stick. Poked it in. Big stop there by Coury. Near side. That's the first opportunity. First shot on net for Pennsylvania as Reynolds goes back to Ocean. He'll tuck himself back into his own zone. D to D across over to Fontaine. Ocean and Fontaine seem to be the defensive pairing. Now they'll go for a change, and on comes Nixon Strickland, along with his defensive partner, Liam Hudon. Back out for PA. This is Smart. Smart will try to fire a shot, flustered back by Hudon. Now Smart got the stick under a leg. No call on the ice. We'll resume 5-on-5. Still no penalty. I think we can make it through all 12 minutes here without a whistle. We got
I should have called that. I should have given you that push at the beginning of the game. Forget short-handed goals.
I probably wouldn't have bet on that either. As Ledoux drives down the left wing. Trying to sidestep a forward, fires a shot into the glove, and there is your first whistle as James Caton makes his second save of the game in 0-0 with 6:48 left in the first.
Fantastic pace by both teams. Not a lot of shots on net for either netminder. Getting the legs ready, but also just getting used to the flow of the game, where the open ice is, where their players are going, and just getting organized because I know there's going to be some heavy offense upcoming.
Face off corner. Trying to bring it back is Gunnar Morgan. Morgan now out from back behind his net. Will feed it up ice, and Pennsylvania will go on to the rush. Here is Burkeiser. Lays it in around Strickland. A couple big body defensemen there for the Montreal Canadiens, and Strickland and Hudon. Trying to dig it out of the pile is Tristan Ledoux. Ledoux will walk it right to the blue line. Can't clear. Pearsall sends it right back in. Montreal will flip this one all the way back out to center. Wang hops over his stick. Hops over Julius as well. And now to be hustled back by Alexander Levin. Touch pass off the board. Look out, and now he steps through. Couple nice moves coming as Kane Nielsen trying to drive into the attacking zone. Followed up by Levin. Levin around the boards. 5:45 left here in the first period. A scoreless first period between Montreal and Pennsylvania. Not many shots on net either. Just back and forth trying to vie for position. 2-1 to shots on goal favoring Montreal.
Yeah, back and forth action here. They're starting to put together a bit of an organized offensive attack by both teams.
There's Julius. We'll bring it back in. The defenseman joining the rush. Julius now into the slot. That one hit off a leg and carried back out. Maybe an opportunity here. Broccolini calling for it, but hustling back beautifully was Alexander Levin, and I think also offside is going to be called here against Montreal.
Yeah, Flavio DiPlacido, I believe it was, had Broccolini about 15 feet ahead of him. Just took one extra stride and put himself offside. Because if he would have passed that puck a split second beforehand, it would have been off to the races. We could have seen a pretty good scoring chance.
Broccolini and DiPlacido, two of those players that we mentioned that have been playing all week long here with the 2011 birth years. Obviously up in age. They are born in 2012, but playing a part of that older team. Here's Broccolini going across. Stripped to the puck by Pearsall. At the line, sent back in. That's Almeida, Dante Almeida, in towards the corner. It'll be worked back out by Pennsylvania. And Morgan, at the line, Broccolini holds it in, smacks it down. In goes Flavio DiPlacido. Almost turned over by Broccolini. Pearsall, though, a 2-on-1. He's got Hackett with him. Pearsall wide in, shoots, drags it behind the goaltender. Puck is loose and play blown down. What an opportunity for Braden Pearsall as he had Hackett on his wing.
Pearsall and Hackett 2-on-1. Pearsall decides to hold on to the puck a little bit and open up the wickets. Curry able to shut him down just a little bit to stop the puck in the blue paint, but Pearsall, great decision, just couldn't get it past the netminder.
Face off towards the glove hand side of Curry. Now Montreal trying to get an offensive attack. They might have one here with Reynolds. Reynolds back in front and broken up off the leg of Reed Loya. Now into the corner, shoving it around. That's Theo Lassard. Back up top. It hops over the stick of Fontaine. They'll go across to Ocean. Ocean now at center ice, smacks it back in. Back for it's Clark, also Loya. Cut off and intercepted by Tristan Reynolds. Reynolds now into the corner while he's got a couple PA jerseys draped on his back inside the scrum. Mixing it up, finally moving it along the wall. Loya, he'll get a little help, and here comes Gunnar Reeling. Taking it wide, Reeling. Back checked by Lassard. Reeling still follows it up into the corner. Now 2 Montreal jerseys on the back of Reeling. And they'll outnumber, win the battle. Reynolds, far side, on for Ocean. Or pardon me, Fontaine. Fontaine's got Tepp. In for Fontaine. The defenseman fires. This one stopped as it went off the goalie and James Kitton. Couple bodies collide, go down to the air. 3:14 left here in the first period. Still scoreless. Shots on goal 3-2. Strickland at center. Strickland will wind his way back in. Sidestep around the defense. Strickland now. Long distance wrist shot. That one blocked. It hits Smart. Authorities. Tanner Julius getting the block in. This Hackett, Clark fight it back inside Montreal end. Strickland, D-to-D. Here goes Hudon. They'll send it in. Trying to battle it back out. It's a pair of Pennsylvania players. It's a little tongue twister for you as Alexander Levin will throw it in. Following it up, jumping in, was Della Rosebill. Now Hackett. Back in wide. Hackett looking to move into the slot, trying to get off balance in Nixon Strickland, but Strickland stuck with it, knocked it to the wall, and took it free from Hackett. Hackett, though, going to get it back, working off the boards. Blast to the point. Shot coming from Wang, and that one off a leg and up. Great vision by Hackett, finding the open defenseman. Bounced out by Ledoux. Just over 2 minutes now left here in the first period. Icing going to be waved off.
Just enough masse on that one.
A little bit of backspin to allow no icing. Now a long stretch pass. It's Burkheiser. Burkheiser in. You got Sullivan heading towards the net. Burkheiser now leaves it. Kelly Sullivan to Pearsall. Pearsall, Sullivan, Burkheiser all grinding in the corner for PA. It's at the point for Loya, pardon me. He'll slap it down, gets it back, and now he hops over his stick, and this one will have no backspin as it is on its edge and rolling all the way down the ice, but it was deflected on the way, so icing also waved off. 1:27 left in the first period. Burkheiser will scoop it up, trying to pass, fans on it, gets it back, dumps it in, onto the stick of Almeida. He'll turn things back around for Montreal. Garvin trying to get it back in. He's helped out as well as Flavio Di Placido, but just a step offside in the stoppage of play with 1:15 remaining.
Absolutely. Catch your breath there, Roy, for
Thank
a
you.
bit.
Thank you.
Fantastic job. Just amazing play by both teams. We're just not seeing the shots. Only 3-2 registered thus far. Both goalies not very busy, but we're seeing the positional play by both teams. Key factor in the neutral zone is a lot of loose pucks are being gobbled up by the opposing team, and we're seeing the offense quickly changed in direction. So both teams, very exciting to watch what they're going to do with the puck, without it, but also seeing them group their five and move forward. We just got to see a couple more shots on net. I want to remind everybody today's game sponsor is Flexity.
Di Placido and Broccolini will stay on the ice. They tried to enter there as a tandem, but Di Placido caught a little edge and slipped into the zone early.
A lot of falling in this game earlier, and I think it was maybe due to the wet ice, but
It could be. I mean, fourth game of the day, and maybe
the ice
things
is holding up well.
It's holding up very well. You do expect over a whole day of hockey, though, things might get a little messed up or a little slower as the day goes on. Of course, with the sun peering down through the window as well. Right now it's not, tucked behind a cloud. Here comes DiPlacido in, trying to drop it to Broccolini. Those two work so well together.
A little bit of chemistry.
Into
Just
the
a little
corner, throwing it back up. Almeida at the line. Long shot, that one deflected. Sorry, it was Fontaine, the defenseman. Garant on the near side. Garvin looking to play that back up. It skips off him, and Pearsall flying down the left. Here goes Braden Pearsall. Wide, shoots, glove, save by Coury. Pearsall now with both great opportunities for Team Pennsylvania.
Pearsall definitely using what he used last week, or saw last week in the speed on the outside. Garrett equal to the test as the defenseman, keeping him outside, turning quickly so he doesn't get burnt around the edge, and pushing him to the outside so Coury can make that easy glove save.
Loya will whip it back in. This one now taken out. Here comes Reynolds. Sends it down, in for Tep. Tep trying to jam it in the short side, maybe bank it off the goaltender, moving off its post, and the final seconds will roll off the board here after one period of play. Shots on goal, 3-3, but both goaltenders in James Caton for PA and Mason Coury for Montreal has stopped everything faced at 0-0.
Yeah, goaltending, not a massive start, only facing 3 shots apiece, but the play of each team and how they're organizing their move into their offensive zone has started to develop. We're starting to see them getting more comfortable with the ice, seeing what their opponent is giving them, and then using what their opponent is giving them, plus the advantages of gathering the loose pucks in the neutral zone. That is going to be the decision factor for me to see which team is going to develop more offense or less offense, and which one is going to have to realize, okay, we got to clean up this puck situation more often than not.
I like the ability to from both back ends about moving the puck out of their zone quickly. It's alert. They're moving that first pass D to D, and then it's right outside the zone, not allowing the other team to get really any sustained offensive pressure.
You mentioned the size of the defense for the Montreal Canadiens. I think 5 of those 6 defensemen, they're rotating them very quickly. So 3 sets of pairings are all on the go all time. And I think they're all fairly the same size except for one of them. So great job by the Canadiens rolling those players as they go through.
So coming in to take the Joe, go ahead, Theo.
I do have to apologize to the parents of our goaltender for the PA team because it is Jake Amaker in net.
Oh, you told me, Kenta.
I thought it had the number 35 on the back, but I just realized that it is an A on the back of the jersey and not a C at the beginning. So I'm trying to see if that's the correct name. I think it is Jake, though, in net.
Yeah, number 30, not 35. So apologies, it's Jake Amaker.
I'll take that one, Roy.
That's all right.
I
A
need
lot of teams, a lot of players, it happens.
Got to get the binoculars.
I'm sure we'll see James Caton at some point. You know, if he would have made, a bunch of highlight reel saves and we were saying, great save, Caton, then maybe it would have been something. But only 3 shots on net. Amaker's been great. Nothing too, I would say, dangerous opportunities he's had to present himself for, but it is Jake Amaker in net with the red pads. Fontaine will bring it in. Amaker down, a chance at the side of the net, and then cleared away by the defense. Back the other way comes PA. Here's Nielsen. Nielsen wide around Tep. Tep trying to angle him to the wards. Nielsen back door, and Reynolds will scoop it up for Montreal and send it back out to center.
Hackett, great job clearing in front of the net of Amaker there and starting that beginning rush.
As now Fontaine dusts it off, fires it in. It's off the stick there of Amaker. It'll ride around the stanchion and towards the corner. PA looking to clear. Another good job by Hudon to hold. Second opportunity. Out to Sullivan, looking to hit Pearsall. Pearsall blows a tire. Puck cleared back out into PA end. Couple nice moves to shake free. The forecheck was Gunnar Morgan. Up top, now in, looking for Sullivan, and Pearsall couldn't hit him. And Pearsall can fly. Back here for Garvin, a man towards the front of the net. It's DiPlacido in, shoots, scores! Flavio DiPlacido breaks the deadlock and gives Montreal a 1-0 lead.
Absolutely gorgeous setup from the neutral zone. We talked about it in the intermission between the first and the second. Which team is going to capitalize on loose pucks in the neutral zone? And the Montreal Canadiens there, with their first 3 forwards, decided to move the puck up quickly, and quickly with a good response. Fabio DiPlacido, we've said that name several times this week already, today and last week, finishes no doubt over the top glove into the top part of the net, giving Montreal a 1-0 lead.
Do you like the full wraparound of high fives here at the West Edmonton Mall?
I'm getting used
It's
to it.
great.
And the fans are loving it too. I think that's awesome.
As faceoff dropped, it's a 1-0 lead now for Flavio Di Placido, getting the first goal of this tournament for Montreal. As it's sent around the boards. Trying to get it outside the zone is Pennsylvania. They will, and now with help, coming back in, Gunner reeling. It's a great pass as well to set up Di Placido on that breakaway. By Brody Garvin was the one who made that assist. Now I think a penalty coming up, and it's going to Montreal for tripping. So PA onto the penalty, onto the power play, pardon me. Oh, it's body contact.
Body contact, yeah. Levin got dumped there on the close boards, and I believe it is O'Toole going off for 2 minutes or less, giving the PA squad a chance on the power play here to even it up 1-1.
I believe they gave the secondary assist to Peter Broccolini. So he'll pick up his first point of the tournament. Di Placido the goal, and Brody Garvin the primary assist. Pearsall will drop it. Power play brought to you by Kachuk Advisory Group at Scotia Wealth Management. 9:55 left here in the second period. 1-0 Canadians. Around the net. As Pennsylvania looking to get started up, but almost a chance. It's shorthanded and getting the stick in the lane. Montreal wanted a call there as all the coaches and fans arms in the air, but not getting one. Pearsall back the other way. Pearsall back around the net. Trying to strip him of the puck was Almeida. Helping out now Burkheiser back behind the net. Loose puck towards the side of Kusi. Found now Sullivan, unable to get that back down low for Burkheiser, and it's up and over the head of Julius. So racing back to covers Morgan. Back behind the net, Julius. Long flip out of the zone. Lassard blocked that one, knocked it back in. So far, good penalty kill here for Montreal.
Absolutely, and Tanner Julius is on that one-on-one, stripping the puck before the trip occurred. I think that's the reason why the officials did not call that one, because puck contact was made first.
And near side, slapped all the way down. There you go, Theo. The first little hot one in close to the box.
I was ready. Seeing all these flop shots and backhands going up in the air, maybe a slap shot will stay below the glass level.
You'd hope so.
I hope so, yes.
As back in comes Pennsylvania. A drop, trying to drag it, was Gabriel Smart. All the way down the ice, just 23 seconds now to work with on the power play. Montreal has really just closed up the blue line, haven't allowed PA to have really any offensive time. This one will bounce off the stick of Hackett. Trying to jam it in back off the boards, does. Here's Smart, powers his way past Ocean. Smart off the wall, dusts it off, high riding along the glass. Down low, trying to get towards it. I believe it was Smart again. And now Ocean, desperation, or Fontaine. Good little poke to get it out. Here's Broccolini. He's got Ledoux with him. Broccolini drags, fires, scores. Second point of the game, and how about that shot? Peter Broccolini beats Amaker, and it's 2-0 Montreal.
Peter Broccolini, just a great eye-seeing shot, low blocker, but that all started again from the blue line where the Montreal Canadiens stood up on the power play of PA, able to create a loose puck advantage. Fontaine takes the sacrifice for the team, gets the loose puck up out of the neutral zone. Broccolini grabs it, uses his speed to the outside, heads out to the right, and fires a no-doubter below the blocker of Amaker to make it a 2-0 game for Montreal.
Face-off, one back by PA. The shot there by Peter Broccolini. It'll beat Amaker. 2-0 Montreal, and you know what? It was close to being a shorthanded goal. The power play had just expired, so bet's still alive, Theo. So Quincy Fontaine is going to pick up the assist on that great play, getting it outside the zone, diving and smacking it just away from the defense, trying to hold it in for PA. That's the lone assist given to Quincy Fontaine on the goal by Peter Broccolini.
So we have both goal scorers for the Canadians who played last week, correct?
Yep.
In Broccolini and
Di Placido.
Di Placido, exactly. So benefiting the Montreal Canadiens squad this week that they played last week as well.
Now trying to bring it out is Montreal near side. Right through center is Hudon. You got O'Toole with them. Hudon in, looking high, short side, and that one rang off the crossbar. What a shot from Hudon. Another low shot, stopped by Amaker. Kicked back into the wall. Ledoux spinning back down low, driving it into the corner. Reynolds is after it, a loose puck battle, and this one knocked away. Almost trying to jam it in was Chase O'Toole. Montreal's really picked up the pressure here in the second period. A lot of grade A scoring opportunities now.
Yeah, 5-0 is the shots here so far in the second. All offense for Montreal.
And now we'll get a look at tonight's first goal, scored by Flavio Di Placido.
Let me
I think our producer's trying to cue it up, and here we go.
So Garnett is able to get that puck there up to Di Placido, or to, there's Di Placido putting it upstairs.
Garvin, the second pass there through the middle.
That's right, yeah.
Nice little passing play. In comes PA with a backhand shot and stopped by Coury, but how about that? And it was Hackett again. A couple opportunities for him.
Yeah, Cooper Hackett sliding to his backhand there, trying to get it up and above the sprawling Coury, just could not get it over the pad. Coury stretched out like a squid out of water maybe, but that was last game.
Yeah, it would be fitting if it was Detroit playing the game.
That would be fitting. Montreal never threw anything on the ice, did they?
No, they did not.
Maybe
Florida, Rats, Detroit. Another chance for Montreal here. Bringing it in is Lassard. Near side, Almeida. Smacking it towards the net. But yes, last game we did have the squid come out for Detroit. As we were saying before, though, it got tossed from the upper deck, and when it hit the ice, splattered into two pieces, left a little stain on the ice.
Yep.
So maybe next time throw it from a little closer to the ice surface.
Would you throw the squid on behalf of them next time if you got asked?
I could do that, yeah.
I would do that, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. I would have to say to the fans at home watching here on ASTV, you notice a definite temperature change when the sun is behind the clouds,
yeah.
And then when the sun hits the ice. It's like a 10 or 12 degree difference. It's almost like I need a sweater now compared to when the sun's out. And for these players playing on the ice, you're seeing a lot of that black eyeshadow. And that's for the glare off the ice for these young players, making sure that their eyesight is taken care of. So good job for the trainers to make sure they're well prepared for this ice and the sunshine here at West Edmonton Mall.
And breaking back behind the net now, Montreal going to work. Garvin in the corner, 5:30 left here in the second period. It's game number 4, Theo, 4-9 here on opening day of the Brick Invitational. Now on it, Di Placido. He's got a goal already. Back down low, Broccolini trying to twist and turn. Say those two names a lot throughout their time on the ice, and I'm sure throughout all tournament, they'll be ones to watch here on Montreal.
You're getting your syllables in, that's for sure.
That's right. Sullivan back across. Loya, he gets taken down to the ice. And Montreal will use that to send it back out to center. Broccolini and Di Placido there as well. Now Sullivan right down the left, trying to drive it in around the net of Coury, pardon me. Another chance for PA to get it in front, but cleared away. Good defensive play by Di Placido coming back and helping out his blue liners. Now Garvin to Broccolini. Ocean will scoop it up across center, send it in. A little bit of a partial line change, both D-man changing. 4:30 left, shots 10-4. So it's been 7-1 in this period, favoring Montreal with shots on goal.
And still a quick pace to this second period, just like the first.
Burkheiser, we're about 8 to 10 minutes, I believe, behind schedule. Of course, you're going to get that with 9 games in one day, but after this game, I think we might be right back on time.
Maybe they got the memo about the fact that they had a double overtime game. We're going to make up some time. But, of course, you don't want to sacrifice the gameplay. The guys are playing great, clean hockey right now, too.
Now back is Alexander Levin, but lost the puck, and this one's going to be blown. It's a tripping call, and Pennsylvania back onto the power play, brought to you by Kachuk Advisory Group and Scotia Wealth Management.
Leduc going off there, 2 minutes for tripping, just as when I mentioned them playing good, clean hockey. Thanks for proving me wrong, but nonetheless, just a loose stick there, trying to reach for the puck and get caught up in the skates of the PA players. So chance for PA to get on the board. They haven't had much offense here in the second, only one shot registered. Man advantage here should hopefully help.
Second power play of the game for Pennsylvania. Nothing doing in the first, as Montreal did a great job preventing them from really entering the zone. And then after the guy came out of the box, they scored. It was Di Placido's game opener.
It almost seems...
There's a shot from Reynolds. Stopped by the goaltender and Amaker, and the rebound settled in front of him. As Theo's prediction of another shorthanded goal almost came to fruition there. We've seen one in every game since.
They're holding me to it. Great pad save by Amaker, stretching out. Maybe I should get some stretching exercises from these netminders.
Almeida, shot from the point, off a couple skates, and now cleared away. Back for Smart. Trying to shake off Reynolds. Reynolds gets back, fires it in towards the corner wall. 3 minutes, 5 seconds left here in the second. It's a 2-0 Montreal lead. As all the way back, bounces off a stick of Lessard. Smart looking to bring it in. That one sent all the way down the ice. Here's Clark. Clark sidesteps Deep Placido. Now sends it in towards the net of Coury. Long dump in, or dump out, I should say, on center ice. Smack back towards the blue line. Sullivan, poke check by Fontaine. He's been great today, but here's Pearsall, also been sharp. Shot coming. That one, Julius couldn't find the side, or couldn't find the front of the net, went off the side. Fontaine watching his man in front of the net, and Julius now walking out, a backhand chance, and a stop by Coury, stopping Pearsall. Another opportunity for Braden Pearsall. In towards the corner. It's Lessard dragging it out with Pearsall. Look out, here comes another one. Blocked, that one hit, I believe, Lessard again on the back. Di Placido finds it and sends it all the way down.
Pearsall, great opportunity for PA to get on the board, was left wide open to come from the corner. Just couldn't drag it out far enough to beat Coury to the far side.
That's going to do it for the power play. As out of the box, Montreal, and 0 for 2 on the power play now are Pennsylvania. Montreal trying to stay onside, great play. Able to do that, I believe that was Ledoux. Yes, it was. Now coming in with a snapshot, Amaker, a great save. Rebound, though, out in front. Maybe an opportunity for Pennsylvania to catch a couple players caught deep in the zone. Julius will just lay it in. He needs a line change, as does all the other Pennsylvania players, and a fresh 5 will come on for some fuel and tires. Now Garvin to Ledoux, poke checked off the puck by Levin. Garvin will gobble it back up. Sidestep one. Garvin in. Wrist shot well wide. Carob's off the back wall. Ledoux going to follow it up into the corner. Ledoux pokes it behind the net. Broccolini now trying to take it off the stick of the defenseman for PA. We got a minute left here, just over in the second period. As battling it towards the wall. Now finding it was Burkheiser. Backhand pass. Long wrist shot in and into the crest of Coury. Just the second shot he's had to face this period, Theo.
Second shot, but still, those 2 saves are vital to Montreal having this 2-goal lead right now, because it keeps that defensive core so confident. What they're doing on the Montreal side of defense has been nothing short of brilliant. They're staying at the blue line. They're forcing PA to either shoot the puck in or move the puck wide, and they're taking away the loose chances that PA has.
As at the line, it'll be a chance here in front of the net, trying to lay a backhand, a rebound chance, which Coury has not given up a lot of those, but unable to get that secondary opportunity back towards the net of Coury. Now Montreal all the way back, kick saved by Amaker. PA leading the charge. 30 seconds left here in the second period. Maybe one last rush up the ice. If you're Pennsylvania, Almeida trying to change that. There, you mentioned it again. Right at the blue line. Quickly turns it around. Wang overskated it. Tep will get it back. Undresses Hackett. Puts it across far side. Di Placido. 19 seconds left. Into the corner. Trying to wrap around chance. And then cutting across was Amaker. Stopping Di Placido. He picked up speed wrapping around that net, didn't he? Woo. 9 seconds left. A bouncing puck. Smart will follow it up, dragging it towards the wall. Montreal keeping him to the outside. Smart, and 2 seconds left. One last shot on net, and the final seconds will roll off the board. It entered the second period scoreless. Di Placido, Broccolini breaking the tie. 13-7 shots on goal, and 2-0 Montreal lead.
Yeah, Di Placido extended his play so quickly around the net and did a fantastic job. And that'll be after 24 minutes.
Well, we saw the Di Placido one. Let's take a highlight reel look at Broccolini. But how about the play here by Fontaine? That poke out of the zone started it all, and then this shot by Broccolini.
Yeah, I mean, the bottom line, that's a sacrifice right there. I mean, it's either you or the puck, and you allowed the puck to get out of the zone, which is what Montreal has done all game. They've done the play at their blue line, and they've kept the play inside the offensive side of their blue line. Broccolini, the good recipient on that by Fontaine. Tremendous job, great seeing eye shot. Both players, Di Placido and Broccolini, have had fantastic offensive games, but that defensive game by Montreal has been stupendously good.
13-7, the shots on goal, 2-0 Montreal leads. We'll take a break, and when we come back, it'll be a little bit of a more scoring summary, get you updated on all the assists and points on the 2 Montreal goals, and of course, third period puck drop next on AS.
Welcome to Pilot Mountain Hockey Academy, your world-class academic and hockey training facility created to maximize each student's athletic and academic potential. Blackjack Stewart Arena, home of the Buffalo, is inside the 46,000 square foot complex, as well as a curling rink and other facilities. The students have a unique combination of successful, well-rounded education at Pilot Mountain Collegiate Institute and the professional hockey training in an encouraging community. The years of experience of on-ice coaching propel our students to the next level, both mentally and physically, in a professional environment. At Collins Hotel, we have you and your family's comfort in mind. Relax in one of our 16 suites featuring king or queen size beds and 36-inch TVs. Suites also include a mini fridge and other kitchen appliances to make your stay as comfortable as possible. During your stay in Pilot Mound, visit Weiser's Restaurant, our attached family-friendly restaurant and bar. It is the perfect location to host group meals, dine with the family, or unwind after a hockey game. Come in and meet our friendly staff offering daily specials on food and drinks, wing night Wednesdays, buffet Fridays, and multiple TVs to watch the game. Weiser's is the place to be. Collins Hotel and Weiser's Restaurant and Bar, located across the street from Blackjack Stewart Arena off Highway
Welcome back inside West Edmonton Mall. Rory McGorn, Theo Tutuluk with you as we get ready for third period of play between the Montreal Canadiens and Team Pennsylvania. 2-1, or 2-0, pardon me, for Montreal. So let's take a look at a little handiwork, and it started with Flavio Di Placido and his game-opening goal. You'll see PA trying to bring it in the zone early. It's smacked out, and Broccolini, who has 2 points in this game, feeds Garvin, and Garvin a nice little touch pass there to Di Placido. No mistake over the glove.
Yeah, he absolutely had some mustard on that shot, too, knowing exactly where he wanted to put it. Over the glove for the first goal against Jake Amaker. 1-0 was the score there for Montreal opening night.
And that wouldn't be it for Montreal as Broccolini went right back to work. You see the nice play coming up by Fontaine, pokes it out of the zone. He uses Ledoux as a decoy and fires it under the glove there of Amaker for a 2-0 lead.
Completely different shot, but it was from the same side of the ice as Broccolini decided to go low blocker as opposed to high glove to make it a 2-0 game. As we said, Montreal really shut down that neutral zone, gave very little room for PA to move in the second. Curry was not a busy netminder in the second period, only facing 4 shots compared to 10 for PA, but Montreal definitely came out in the second period and controlled that second period. Let's see what happens in the third here as PA enters the ice surface.
Montreal down to our left, PA down to our right. It'll be Amaker for PA. It's Curry for Montreal, who's stopped all 7 shots faced so far.
Yeah, not a very busy netminder, but like I said, they've really clamped down. And PA has had some shots available and some extra opportunities. It's just the defense for the Montreal Canadiens has been so good around his net. 1 shot and done. They're moving the loose pucks away from the blue paint, and then they're quick on the offense, gathering the puck, taking 2 quick steps, and moving the puck to the headman as quickly as possible.
Well, stick around for the next game at around 2:10 as Team Chicago takes on the Western Selects, and you'll have Mike and Conrad on the call as me and Theo take a little bit of a break for the afternoon. You'll be back in the evening, Theo, for games 8 and 9, early morning and the late night shift. How'd you pull that one in?
I guess it must have been the 13-hour drive here. But I'm looking forward to these late night games. See some games and see some teams playing 2 games today, actually. So we'll see the Red Wings, I believe, in Minnesota playing their second games later this evening.
Yeah, I believe Western Selects also play 2 games, but they play next at 2:10, and then I believe the late game as well against Detroit. Full slate of hockey here at the Brick Invitational as this one's brought back in by Tristan Reynolds. Reynolds now trying to create a little bit of a cycle, pardon me. Working down is Lassard. Almeida at the point elects to retreat as the puck coming back out, and Sullivan almost jammed that one out through center ice. Kid slipped down, went hard into the board, seems to be okay. Back for Julius, wrist shot, and tracked that one to the glove nicely. Was the goaltender in Curry. Looked like he wanted to play it, but referees blow down the whistle. And we'll get a stoppage of play 1 minute exactly into this period.
Yeah, Curry had that easy glove save, moving great laterally. His glove hand has been probably saving about 60% of these shots, and moves very well side to side lateral between the 6x4.
Tonight's game, or today's game, or this game, since there's a lot of games today, is brought to you by Flexity. As a shot coming, scores! And it's Gabriel Smart. Breaks the scoreless drought for PA and cuts the lead in half. It's 2-1.
One of the very few times we see Montreal leave a loose puck in front of their netminder. And like you said, Smart quick to gobble it right at the bottom of that circle and rifles it top shelf, putting PA back in this game. 2-1 early in the third.
We got ourselves a game. Smart, his first of the tournament. As he'll stay on the ice. Kind of just seemingly out of nowhere off a face-off play there. Maybe Curry would have, wanted to go back. Did like to want to play that puck because whistle blew down, led to a face-off. PA corrals it. Smart fires in the back of the net. And back out now comes Pennsylvania. They'll send it in. It's Reesing. Chance there in the corner. There's Gunnar Reeling picking up the assist, still on the ice right now. I believe they announced Cooper Hackett as well. No, just Reeling getting the lone assist. So Gabriel Smart the goal and Gunnar Reeling picking up the assist makes this game 2-1. 13 minutes left here in the third period. We've already seen one game earlier today go to overtime. In fact, it went to double overtime when it needed to be solved 2-on-2.
Jack Brayman scoring on the power play. A 3-on-2. I've never seen one of those either. A lot of firsts here in day one.
Good memory on that one. I think by game 9, they'll all bleed together.
Oh, I hope. As long as we keep the rosters straight.
That's right.
That's why we get papers every game.
That's right. Breaking it back out now for Montreal is Di Placido. 1 goal already. He's going to try to knife his way in. Does around. Di Placido, backhand shot. Had O'Toole on the wall. Never made its way towards the net. Now O'Toole works it in. Short side and threw that one off the pad of Amaker. Back out for Pennsylvania. Down the other way. Trying to get after it is Ryan Burkheiser, pardon me. This one thrown out through center. That is Della Rosebill. Raphael Della Rosebill backtracking as Pearsall bangs a puck inside Montreal zone. Quickly played back out in across center. Hackett unable to reach for it. A little too far for him, and this one all the way down the ice will be icing against Pennsylvania.
Yeah, a little leeway on that. Could have been a too many men call right there as the PA player was playing the puck as the other player was getting off the ice. Allowing the boys to play. I mean, that's one of those discretionary calls, right, Rory? If it involves the player, I say let it go. But if it doesn't involve the player, let it go too. I don't know.
12:02 left here in the third period. I really have no idea what you're talking about, Theo, but 13-9 shots on goal. Favoring Montreal. Lassard on the draw. Tap right behind him. Trigger ready. Pass comes to Tap, and great awareness by Sullivan to jump into that lane as that faceoff was won cleanly. Now into the wall is Reynolds. Pushed it back to the wall. Julius trying to find it. Tap shakes off a wraparound chance now, and getting back was Amaker. He was off that post. Thought Tep was going to the right. Changed direction to the left and almost had an opening.
No, quick change of direction behind the net by Tep. Just caught Amaker almost out of position.
Pearsall dangles his way with a backhand shot, and a chance for Pearsall. How much opportunities has he had around the net, but keeps getting denied by Curry.
I think that's his 4th one, and Curry equal to the test, sliding right across the blue paint there to make the save.
Pearsall tried to do it again. That time got turned away. Fired back up towards the wall. Reynolds getting a little help from the defense in Fontaine. It'll be sent back out to center ice. Lassard. Fontaine follows it up. Fontaine's been strong in this game, hasn't he?
Very good on the defensive side. Moves the puck up well, finds the open ice, gets it to his next player.
Now a shot coming from Smart. He's got the goal for Pennsylvania and rolls it right into the crest of Curry, and he'll stop the play. Shots now becoming a little more evened up as Montreal, I believe, is looking for their first shot of the period. It's 13-11 now.
Yeah, it's been all PA here the first part of the third period, and quite frankly, it's worked out to their advantage to get the shots on that, playing more into the offensive zone for them. Montreal just didn't have the right pep talk maybe between periods.
Back at the D, now moving it. Morgan has a lane, fires on the blocker side, bounces off the back wall, trying to get after it. Pennsylvania jamming it on the short side. Rebound chance, another whack. That one coming from Leon Hudon, or pardon me, from Alexander Levin. And now Montreal will scoop it up. It's Brody Garvin, 1 point tonight. Calling for it is Del Placido. Back around the net, Garvin. Di Placido's in front. Broccolini, shot coming there from Garvin. Rattled it off the blocker of Amaker. Jumping in is Fontaine. He's got an assist already today. Trying to find the goal. Shoots, scores! It's Quincy Fontaine with a goal and an assist now tonight. And Montreal regain their 2-goal lead. It's 3-1.
Quincy Fontaine, the back end of this group of 5, has played absolutely fantastic hockey offensively. We have Broccolini, we have Di Placido, we have Fontaine. Fontaine sacrificing his body earlier. This time he takes no answer at all for him but himself and puts the puck top shelf over the glove on Jake Amaker to make it a 3-1 game. Taking a little bit longer on the high fives here.
So Quincy Fontaine with his first of the tournament. I think maybe Broccolini's going to get another point on that one, make it a 3-point game. Or Peter Broccolini. Now off the boards, out to center ice. Nothing Amaker could do about that shot as well, right under the bar, over the glove. We'll get you all caught up on your scoring summary, and next up to play, I believe we have a look at Gabriel Smart's goal for PA. Hackett going to try to find it. Hackett now rolls it towards the net. Here comes Ledoux. Ledoux now wide around the defense. Shot coming, scores! Back-to-back goals in 30 seconds, and it's Tristan Ledoux, this time low blocker. 4-1 Montreal.
Tristan Ledoux coming off his off wing there. Great job holding the puck through the neutral zone. As he enters the offensive zone, quick inside out, uses the inside shooting lane, fires that puck far post. It makes it a 4-1 game.
9:36 left here in the third period, and Montreal has broken the game open.
They're starting to find their offensive wheels again. They were a little bit sluggish coming out of the break between the second and third. They're starting to get all wheels rolling here.
Oh, and it smells like cookies again.
Yeah.
Here in West Edmonton Mall. They must have fired the ovens back up to make another batch.
They must have sold out the first round.
That's right, yeah.
Still don't know where it's coming from.
That's got to be close.
Better be.
Is there a cookie store somewhere around the rink?
We'll have to find out after the break.
I know you will. Just bouncing it back out to center ice is Julius. Julius poke checked off the puck by Almeida. Julius gets it back though, trying to find Pearsall. Pearsall gathers it back, protecting it around the checking of Di Placido. Pardon me. That's Alessio. So Chase O'Toole and Liam Hudon picking up the assists. And Tepp wanted the call as he thought his stick was knocked out of his hands. Back here comes Pennsylvania. It's Wang cycling in, throwing it in front of the net. Pearsall looking to redirect it. Back the other way. In comes Lassard. Does he have a step? Lassard all alone, shoots, scores! 5-1 Montreal off the post and in. And Theo Lassard with his first goal of the tournament.
Theo Lassard picking up that lob pass out of the zone. Had a partial break, but then he used his speed after the red line, the center line. He takes off. He finds fifth gear. He finds the far post. He makes it a 5-1 game. They've really opened it up here. The last 2 minutes, Montreal has definitely put the offensive stranglehold, if you will, on Team PA. They just called a timeout here to kind of regather the troops, if you will.
And a goaltending change here for Pennsylvania as in comes James Caton. 5-1. Still 8 minutes and 40 seconds left, but that is 3 goals in about a minute and 10 seconds for Montreal.
Yeah, Ledoux had Broccolini of all players as well on the far post on that partial 2-on-0 break. He chose to shoot. Good choice. 5-1 game.
It was Gabriel Smart who got the Team Pennsylvania back within 1. And his goal assisted by Gunnar Reeling. Then Montreal back to back. Quincy Fontaine assisted by Peter Broccolini. Tristan Ledoux scored from Chase O'Toole and Liam Hudon. And then Theo Lassard from Dante Almeida is your scoring summary. And 5-1 for Montreal. Well, we're 1 assist from Tristan Ledoux away from seeing another Brick Invitational Gordie Howe hat trick,
okay,
or a goal from Chase O'Toole.
To keep an eye on both those players.
Face off now, dropped at center ice. 8:30 left here in the third period. 5-1 for Montreal. Shots on goal 16-13. As PA, nice little breakout play onto the stick of Smart. Trying to drag the leg and 11, but just offside. As we can now take a look at one of the goals here. I believe it's Pennsylvania's goal coming up. As back to center ice. Next stoppage of play, we'll get that one queued up and ready. Don't want to miss any of the live action. Here comes Smart, poking it away to Garvin. In towards the corner. Now back up. Breaking it in is Di Placido. Couple whacks at it, drives it down. Now Ledoux speeding towards, throws it in front. And a big little body contact there, knocking down, I think it was Garvin. But just trying to clear the bodies out in front of the net.
Trying to make some space was Ledoux using that big body frame, and he's realized he knows what to do with that space now that he's found it, and he's scored a goal already.
7:45 left here in the game. 5-1 for Montreal as back around the boards it goes. Ledoux after it. He'll shovel it back behind the net. Swept away by Pennsylvania as they looked for the breakout. Long stretch pass perfectly onto the tape of Burkheiser. He's 1-on-4 though. Trying to drive down the right wing. Burkheiser slips up. Gets taken down. Ledoux the one to get a little bit of a trip in there. No call. As back from Montreal. Pushed it to the line. Wang retreats and Montreal and Ledoux doing the work, getting it all the way down. Lang now. Off the boards. Back out for Nielsen. Nielsen riding down the left. He's got Hackett above. Trying to slag that one in for Burkheiser. Can't. Back comes the Canadians with Strickland smacking it in behind the net of the now goaltender for Pennsylvania, James Caton, as Amaker was pulled after 5. This one straddling center ice will be smacked in by Burkheiser. He'll head off for a line change. Back for it went Liam Hudon. Up against Pearsall. Pearsall wins the battle, gets down low. Sullivan trying to drive back up. Sees Pearsall all the way up to Loya at the point. Walks the line, D to D. Looking to shovel it in and can't. Back comes O'Toole. Goes back inside, looking to shake off the defenseman. O'Toole spins and fires well wide off a stick. Loya racing it into the corner. Lassard, he's got a goal already today. Back into the corner. O'Toole, and a big collision there as O'Toole comes together. I believe it was Loya, the defenseman, or is Pearsall actually the forward back behind the net. Now Pearsall gets off the ice and down it. Here's Pearsall into the slot, shoots. Stopped by Curry. And Pearsall took the brunt of that hit by O'Toole, but then got back up, and that was a scoring opportunity again.
Yeah, Pearsall and O'Toole met each other behind the net. Didn't get worse for wear, and then Pearsall grabs the loose puck and carries it all the way to get a shot on Curry.
You get a look here at the goal by Smart right off that face-off, able to find top corner. That's the lone goal for Pennsylvania. It's 5-1 right now for Montreal. 5:54 left here in the third period.
Yeah, we got a bit of a wardrobe malfunction there for that hit. I believe it's O'Toole's mask came ajar from his helmet, so they just have to make sure he got it done up before he gets back on the ice.
Shot from the point, rolls onto the net of Curry. He'll steer that one out at the line for Morgan. Morgan now trying to sidestep Tepp. How about that one? Now Tepp will find it. Work it back out through center. Tepp leads the dude. Toe drags, what a move, but back checking is Sullivan to steer it away at the point. Shoveled down the wall. Looks like Almeida on it. Was Reynolds. Can't create anything off that drive. Is right back out for Pennsylvania. Nearing the 5-minute mark remaining here in the third period. Tepp at center. PA changing. Tepp gets by Clark. Now found by Smart. Smart will roll it across. In for Levin. Levin, forehand, backhand, shoots in and out of the glove. And a big save by Curry. Now a stretch pass on for Reynolds. Trying to drive in down the left wing. Reynolds got poke checked off the puck. And now shoved up along the wall. There's back for Reynolds. A couple bodies mixing up, colliding with each other, looking to fish it out of the pile. And get it down the ice is Gunnar Reeling. Near side, Ocean will snap that one in for Montreal. Around the net of Catan, 4:34 left. Turned over, Tepp, backhand, in front. Smart knocks it away. Tepp again will get it back. As I believe DiPlacido with them. Garvin was actually the one in the corner. Now back up ice. As there is Reeling. He'll run into his man in Garvin. And puck slides all the way back down the ice. Stretch pass, bounced back in by Garvin. Hustling for it is Gunnar Morgan. He'll twist off the forecheck of DiPlacido. Now shake himself back up the wall. Hackett in across center. Under 4 minutes to play. Hackett now sees a lane. He takes it. Hackett backhand shot. Got tripped up hard into the back wall. No call on the ice, and a good looking opportunity there for Hackett. How about Montreal though, going back the other way? It's Flavio DiPlacido. He's got Broccolini. DiPlacido in, scores! Second goal of the game for DiPlacido. Third point, and it's 6-1 Montreal. .335 left in the third period. 6-1 the score. Shots all evened up, but DiPlacido, how about the night he's having?
Showed his speed, absolutely fantastic gears, set into fifth gear between the neutral zone there. Separating himself, carrying it all the way from forehand to backhand, back over the forehand. Stretching out Catan, making it 6-1. 2 goals on the night for DiPlacido. That line of DiPlacido and Broccolini, a lot of great chemistry there.
Yeah, those two have been dynamite. 3 points for Broccolini, 2 goals for DiPlacido. They've both had exceptional, pardon me, got a little tongue-tied there, exceptional games to open up their tournament. Montreal in the older age group wasn't able to crack through into the playoffs of the 2011 birth year, but with those two players playing now with their natural age group, you got to think they have a great opportunity this time around to get into the playoffs.
And the same thing with Pearsall. I mean, Pearsall's having a great game too, just hasn't found the back of the net for PA, but you can definitely see the difference in speed that he has being here for a full week already compared to just starting today's tournament in day one.
Yeah, Pearsall will work it back in. Pearsall trying to squeeze off a shot, blocked up in front. Another into a scrum. 3 for Montreal, 2 for PA. Pearsall's there, as is Julius. Still no whistle, still no puck movement. Referee's letting it play on. You got Ledoux who will peel out of the pile. Strickland and Delaroseville were the two other players in that mix, and this one going to be all the way down the ice. No icing though, as it's tapped in front. And back towards the boards for Julius, under 3 minutes to play here in game number 4 of opening day of the Brick Invitational. Pearsall, great little drive down the wall. As you mentioned, he's had a fantastic game today, as Braden Pearsall. Now lifting it all the way out is Tepp. He'll try to get back behind the defenseman in Cooper Wang. Back towards the line, held in by Almeida. Now a chance for Smart. He's got the lone goal. Will elect to pass that one up for Levin. Levin dragging, backhand drop. What a feed, trying to drag it back in. I believe there was Reeling. Yes, it was. Reeling now down into the corner. Levin up top for Morgan. It'll hop over his stick. Here comes Tepp. Tepp now back to the way, a rolling puck. Tepp now throws it across the ice. Reynolds in towards the corner. Back down into the corner for Tepp. Levin back out as we're under 2 minutes to play. Montreal going to pick up a victory here to open up their tournament. Almeida stripped of the puck by Levin. And Almeida will get it back. High lofting dump attempt all the way to center ice. Scooped up by Montreal and driven in down low. It's 19. 6-1. The score for Montreal, 17-17 the shots on goal. Another one coming from Fontaine. He's got a goal and an assist already. Strong play from him. You gotta give credit though to Coury, the goaltender, Mason Coury of Montreal, who stopped 16 of the 17 shots faced. As last bit of the play here in the third period, and the fans get up on their feet on the Montreal side to salute their team. This team's going to be a handful for a lot, and another goal with 7 as Reynolds fires it past over the blocker of Catan. Oh, pardon me, it's Di Placido with the hat trick. And 49 seconds left, it's 7-1.
Di Placido stealing that puck in the offensive zone. Quick move with the right hand. Puts it in behind the net of Catan to make that lead just a little bit bigger. Di Placido, 3 goals on the night.
Face off back up center ice, Di Placido. Yeah, he's a talented young player, and I think we're going to be seeing atop the stat sheets at the end of the round robin format for Montreal. And now back around, here's Broccolini. So 3 points for Di Placido. I think unassisted, they announced. Yeah, unassisted for Di Placido. So 3 goals for Di Placido and 3 points for Broccolini. They lead the way. Another chance in, fires and stopped by Catan. Broccolini or Ledoux trying to get in on it. 7 seconds left, the blast from the points. That one hit a body. Ole chance starting as the final seconds will roll off the board. Theo and the Montreal Canadiens. It was close entering the third period, and then Montreal takes over the game, 7-1 the final.
The first 3 minutes of that third period became close as Smart scored the first goal, the only goal for PA to make it 2-1, but then Montreal realized they found the offensive side of their game and scored 5 unanswered to make it a 7-1 final. That Di Placido, Ledoux, and Broccolini up front, very talented 3 forwards, and the defense were just stalwarts at the back end, playing good, solid, all-round defensive, offensive hockey.
7-1 for Montreal, the victory. We'll take a quick 30-second break and come back with your 3-star presentation as Montreal picks up the win here on ASTV. Welcome back inside West Edmonton Mall. And how about the victory for the Montreal Canadiens? 7-1 over Pennsylvania. As DiPlacido with the hat trick. And we'll get to your scoring summary now, as this game was brought to you by Flexity. It was all started in the second period as they entered the middle frame in a scoreless tie, I should say, not a tieless score. It was definitely tied as Montreal, then Flavio DiPlacido is first of the game, assisted by Brody Garvin and Peter Broccolini. Montreal would pick up this 2-0 lead at 7:46 remaining into the second period. Peter Broccolini, his first goal of the tournament, second point, assisted by Quincy Fontaine. In the third period, really early into it, just 1 minute and 6 seconds, it was Gabriel Smart, assisted by Gunnar Reeling, the lone goal for Pennsylvania, because then 5 straight for Montreal. Quincy Fontaine picked up a goal. Peter Broccolini, an assist. Then Tristan Ledoux scored, assisted by Chase O'Toole and Liam Hudon. Theo Lassard then scored his first of the tournament, assisted by Dante Almeida. Montreal made it 6-1, Flavio DiPlacido, and 7-1 from Flavio DiPlacido. Nixon Strickland and Liam Hudon assisting on the first goal. Only 2 penalties that game. They were both taken by Montreal. Chase O'Toole and Tristan Ledoux were the 2 guilty parties. And your goaltending, it was Mason Coury stopping 16 of 17. On the other side, starting in net and unable to complete the game was Jake Amaker. And coming in for relief was James Caton. It's a 7-1 win for Montreal as they defeat Pennsylvania 7-1. And now coming up at about 2:10 will be Team Chicago against the Western Selects. And probably about 5 or 10 minutes time they'll flood, and those 2 teams will head right back out to the ice as we get set with Theo Tutkaluk, who'll be joined by tonight's 3 stars after they take their ceremonial pictures here at the Brick Invitational. And it will be Mike and Conrad on the call for the next 3 games coming up at 2:10. Then at 3:50, Team Brick Alberta versus BC Junior Canadians, followed by 5:30 where Manitoba Junior Ice will get their first game against Team Minnesota. And then 2 more games feature the Boston Junior Bruins against the Montreal Canadiens and Detroit Red Wings against the Western Selects. Let's head down to ice level with Theo and the 3 stars of the game.
Here with Mr. Smart, second star of the game, only goal for the PA team. Tell me what happened in that goal. You found that loose puck and just knew where to put it? You just knew right up, put it upstairs, right?
I just saw the puck, so I shot it.
I noticed on your jersey you have Penguins and Flyers. Which one do you enjoy more?
Penguins.
All right, he's a Penguins fan. I'd like to thank you for joining us. Good luck in the rest of the tournament and have a good week. Joining me now, Flavio DiPlacido. Fabio, what's it like playing in the second week of hockey?
I mean, it feels amazing.
Does it help out the fact that you play with the older group and now you get to play with your own age?
It makes a difference. I feel more confident, and I'm not stressing the first games, and yeah.
So last question before I let you go. Who's your favorite player? Is he a Montreal Canadian himself?
No.
Who is it?
Kucherov.
Oh, he likes Nikita. All right, thanks for joining us. And last but not least, our 3rd star of the game, Quincy Fontaine, a goal, an assist. And if there was another conference or another little column, body sacrifices. Well done out there. What was the best part of your day so far?
My goal and my assist.
His goal and his assist. Why do you wear number 8?
Because I like Ovechkin. I have a good slap shot, too.
So he wears Ovi and he's got a good slapper. Thanks for joining us, Quincy. Enjoy the rest of the week. Do you want to say hi to anybody before you go?
Yes. Could I get a shout out to Nikki Pokuluk and Chichi?
There you have it. Quincy saying shout out to some friends from back home. We'll send it up back to you guys. Thank you so much.